In this nitty-gritty Let's Play live stream, we're going to be playing American Mah Jongg at Mah Jongg time. We're going to be talking about weight patterns today in a nitty-gritty format. That means no socialization. So moderators, please help monitor the chat. And for that, I thank you. I also want to thank you for being here to watch my videos and for joining this episode. If you have any questions, write them in the live stream chat. And if you're watching the repost, write them in the comment section below the video. With that, I'll go ahead and open the presentation and we'll get started, and then we'll do gameplay with commentary to demonstrate the topic. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. Melinda, oh, we have a new channel member. I got to get out the welcome wagon. That's Lucky. Lucky's welcoming you to the members, the channel membership. So let's see. We have Evelyn here, and Abby is here with us. Nancy, welcome. Newbie Mahj, welcome. Wes, hello. All right, let me get to this presentation. Bear with me. Had a couple of little last minute fires to put out just before I went live. It's kind of the way it happens sometimes. Let's see. I will get this open in just a minute. Thank you. Oh, we had a great time. Very good time. All right, where is it? Okay. There it is. I renamed my file. Hi, Jail. All right, let me set this up in presenter mode. Here we go. All right. I intended to do that before we got started. Was the tournament fun? Yes. It was a great time. I didn't get in the winner circle, though, but I did win every round. I won a couple of games in, I think, 1 or 2 rounds, but not enough to get into the winner circle. But that's okay, because that's not my goal. My goal is to have fun and just compete against myself, because that's basically what you're doing. There are a lot of things you can't control when you play in a tournament, and you just never know what can happen. Oh, and I discarded the winning tile one time, and it was my bad because they had 2 exposures, but I was ready and I wanted to win. So anyway, yes, I had a very good time. They did a fantastic job. So kudos to Marlo and his assistant, I believe Erica is her name. They did an amazing job. They had, everything was just organized to a T. It was fantastic. All right, so let me see here. I am going to share my screen. So we're talking about weight patterns. W-A-I-T, weight. Basically, your weighting tile. The one tile you're ready to win on. But it could sometimes be multiple different tiles. So this is what we're going to talk about. And then we'll be able to do lots of gameplay with commentary. This particular presentation is shorter than most, so it won't take very long to go through. So if you're a visual learner, you're going to love it. If you're an auditory learner, just listen and you'll be able to visualize what we talk about. And if you're a hands-on person, hang out and wait until we get to the demonstration and you'll see everything. I guess that one would be more visual as well, but you can take what you hear and apply it in person. So let me get started on this. Weight patterns. There we go. So you want to definitely leverage the power of position. And this is where we talk about underdog, contender, front runner. So if you're new to my channel, you might not have heard these terms before. We are going to go through it, so you'll be able to catch up with everybody. Basically, after the Charleston, if you have more than 4 discards, you're likely an underdog. If you have 4 discards, you're likely a contender. And if you have fewer than 4 discards, you're likely a front runner. And what you do when you identify your position is you adjust the amount of risk that you take in the rest of the game, or as the game unfolds, because your position can change. So if you're an underdog, you're going to take a low risk approach and continue to develop your hand till you have a stronger hand. If you're a contender, you can take a little more risk. And then if you're a front runner, you push to win regardless of risk. So here's a couple of examples about assessing your position so that you have some, I guess, visuals on how to identify your position or assess your position based on the development of your hand after the Charleston. So here we have a flower, 3, 4, 5 in bams, 1, 2, 3 in cracks with a pair of 1s, 2, 3, 4, 5 in dots with a pair of 4s, pair 1, pair 4. So with this, you could maybe play consecutive run, second hand down in 2 suits. So that would be 1, 2 crack, 3, 4 dot. You could also maybe play the third hand down in 3 suits. You could do, let's see, a 2 crack, 3 bam, 4 dot. Or you could do 1 crack, 2 dot, 3 bam. You could also maybe play the fourth hand down, 3, 4, 5. But you would need 6 and 7. Let's see here. You could maybe do 1, 2, 3 crack with a 4 bam and a 5 dot, or a 4 dot and a 5 bam. That's the one I would do. 1, 2, 3 crack, 4 dot, 5 bam. You could maybe do that. You could also maybe do the concealed hand, 1, 2, 3, or 2, 3, 4. Concealed. You could even maybe play 1, 3, 3, 5, little odds, second hand down on the left. So with this, we have 2 multiples that may or may not go together. You could even, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I skipped the second hand down on the right. So that's probably the one I would go for. 1, 2, 3, 4, second hand down. That would leverage both the 1 crack and the 4 dot. But you could play all those other hands. And if you don't know which one you're going to go for, you're going to be an underdog for sure. You're going to be an underdog until you figure out what you're going to play, and it'll free up discards. If you have more than 4 discards, you're going to be an underdog still, which is what I'd say here. This player would be an underdog. So low risk approach until the hand gets more developed. Then here's another one that we could look at. Hi, Dana. Thank you. We have a joker, pair of flowers. Ooh, I need to put a couple of bars above the flowers there. That's a multiple. Then we have a north, pair green, 2, 5 in bams, pair 2. Then we have a 2 crack pair and a 4 with a 5 dot. So we would have 4 multiples in here: flowers, dragons, and 2 pairs of 2s. So I would probably focus on like numbers with this one, but we have a gap. And there would be here 4 discards. So even though we have a gap, we probably should consider ourselves an underdog, but you could consider yourself to be a contender since you have a joker. I would still say you'd be an underdog because there's a gap until you get that gap filled. Once you fill the gap, then I'd say this player could be a contender. So this player, I think, would be an underdog because there's a gap. Here's another one: pair of flowers, 1 dot pair, 2 dot pair. Oh, I need to do a bars here for the 2 dot. Sorry about that. So we could maybe play consecutive run 3-1 in one suit. We have a pair of twos in there. That's nice. A couple of jokers. And we have, four discards. So this player would be a contender. This player would have a better result probably, or they would have a better time further developing their hand, because if they actually get just two more good picks, like let's say a flower, a 1 or a 3, or even a joker, they'll be set with this hand. They could even Kong the flower, or the they could actually Kong the flower, Kong the 1, or Kong the 3 with the use of the jokers here. So I'd say this player would be a contender. And then here we have a pair of 3 BAMs, 3, 4, and then we have a 5 dot single, green dragon, pair red, hung of whites. So I'd probably go for the wind and dragon hand, second hand down. You could maybe go for a year hand as well, but I would say this hand is set up pretty well for that second hand down. There's only 2 discards, so this would be an example of a front runner. They'd be able to leverage the dragon multiples and do a chow. It's already there. Break up that 2 BAM, and that would give you 2 discards. We, of course, would need a flower in here and use that joker for the dragons. But this player would be a front runner. So use this concept to identify your position and then take the relative risk. So underdog, you would take a low risk. Contender, you'd take a moderate risk. And then a front runner, you would take any risk, no matter what, you push to win. That's the idea. So with that information, you apply it to strategy by wall, because your position is going to change throughout the game, depending on the wall in play and what happens with your hand. During the deal, this is what it would look like from a bird's eye view. The tiles would be in our hands then on our racks, and then we would go through the Charleston. When East discards, we have the begin game, which is about the first 7 picks. This is your final chance to further develop your hand while people are discarding those unwanted tiles from the Charleston. So while you're playing, if you happen to get keepers, your position could change at this short wall. And then the third wall is the middle game, and then the fourth wall is the end game. So while you're going through the pick and discard phase of the game, you want to apply tactics correctly. One thing that you could consider as far as your position is concerned at the end of that Charleston is assess the initial position based on the hand development that you were able to achieve after the Charleston. And then if you draw keepers, just reassess and adjust your position accordingly. If you've got a couple of discards in the first 7 picks, you could bump yourself up from underdog to contender, or contender to front runner, depending on if you were able to get a couple of good keepers out of that first wall. And then try to commit to a category by the end of that short wall as you're picking through that short wall. And then we're going to keep going, because during that begin game, that first wall there, if you've made little to no progress, keep yourself as an underdog. But if you were able to get some keepers, bump yourself up to contender. And then if you made even greater progress, you can go from contender to front runner. And of course, if you're a front runner, you just stay out in front. If you even got a couple of keepers, play to win. And again, the idea is to take relative risk. If you're an underdog, low risk. If you're a contender, moderate risk. And if you're a front runner, regardless of risk, push to win. Stay out in front. So here are some milestones as we continue. You want to consider just a couple of picks after that third wall is pushed out, maybe 2 or 3 picks, let's say, about 70 tiles remaining, this is the switch sweet spot. So if you're playing, let's say, a pair hand and it just didn't come in, consider switching to an open hand, because if your tiles especially are going down in discards or they're turning up in exposures, you're going to have a hard time with a pair hand. You might consider switching, and this is the ideal timing to do that because you'll have enough wall left to catch up with a new hand. Also, at the middle of the third wall, about 60 tiles remaining, this is the joker bait sweet spot and the sweet spot for committing to a hand, because you want to, towards the end of this third wall, be ready to win if you can. That's ideal, if you can be ready to win by the end of the third wall. And then also you want to start gathering safe discards, depending on your discard strategy. By the end of that third wall, or around, let's say, 50 tiles remaining, you want to make sure you have good safe discards, because you're going to be going into the end game. The end game is the last wall in play. You want to reassess your position. At this point, maybe a couple of picks into when that last wall is pushed out, you want to decide if you're going to play to win or fold and block your opponents. So if you're an underdog, definitely switch to defense. If you are a contender, you've got to count the number of discards left compared to, or the number of discards in your hand, and compare that to how many picks you have in the wall. And based on what is discarded and exposed, you got to figure out what your potential is to get your winning tile. If your potential is low, fold and block. If your potential is great of getting your needed tiles, then you should continue to play to win. If you're a front runner, of course, you're going to play to win, because most likely you will be ready to win at this point, I would hope. So consider your position a couple of picks into this last wall. And then after about, let's say, 4, 8, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 picks from the end of the wall. So 6 picks out from the wall being depleted, decide if you're going to play to win or fold. You got to assess whether or not you're going to get your needed tiles, whether it's you have a couple of discards or whether you're ready to win. You got to decide how likely is it going to be that you're going to get that needed tile. And this is where we come to weight patterns. There's a single weight where you need, let's say, east with news. That's a single weight. Then we have a pair weight. This would be if you need let's say, a pair of flowers and you have only one. That's called a pair weight. Then you would have a multiple weight where you're waiting to complete a block of 3 or more identical tiles, pung kong, maybe even a quint. Then you have a double weight where you're waiting to win on one of 2 different tiles, because you have 2 blocks of multiples where you have a joker that can be reallocated. That's a double weight. Then you have a triple weight, and that's where you have any one of 3 tiles can complete any one of 3 blocks, and you can reallocate the jokers. And then you have a quad weight where you have 4 blocks that could be, any one of those could be completed with a tile, and reallocating jokers. So the idea here is that the closer you are to the single weight is weaker, and then the closer you get to the quad weight would be stronger. So single pair, those are weak weights. A multiple weight is stronger, and then the double triple is stronger than a multiple weight, and then a quad weight is the strongest. So you want to look for opportunities to increase the strength of your weight. And if you have limited exposures, you can modify your hand selection to set yourself up with a strong weight if you can. Strong, stronger, strongest if you can. So choose a hand that will give you that opportunity for maybe a double, triple weight, or even a quad weight if you can. and use this to adjust your position as well. So for example, if you have a weight that is strong, then you can bump up your position. So let's say that you've considered yourself to be an underdog and you have a multiple weight. You could bump yourself to contender if you have a stronger weight. And also, if you are a front runner, let's say, and you have a pair weight, you need to bump yourself back. Because if you have, let's say, a pair weight and you're a front runner, you may not ever see that tile. So you maybe should consider yourself to be a contender and take a moderate risk approach to the game, because you're waiting for a single tile to complete a pair, as an example. So you want to adjust your position based on your weight. The stronger it is, the better your position. Another thing that you could consider is this formula. Front runner by 7 discards. You're playing an exposable hand and you have a strong weight. If you have 2 out of 3 of these, push to win. Otherwise, fold. This is a great tactic if you are playing competitively, whether you're playing socially with competitive players or whether you're playing in a tournament. This formula is awesome. I used it when I played in that tournament over the weekend, and it helped me make that determination, especially after I threw into that winning hand. I had to remind myself of this formula because it's fairly new. Also, when you draw a tile that you think could be a risky tile, the likelihood could be that could be a needed tile from your opponents, you need to decide on whether or not you're prepared for the impact that it'll create when you discard that tile. And that impact is based on how many exposures your opponents have. If they have no exposures, any discard is going to be acceptable because you don't know what they're playing. The more exposures someone has, the greater the impact. If someone has 1 exposure, that would be a tolerable impact because it's going to be very difficult to figure out what they're playing. If they have 2 exposures, you can figure it out. So that would be unacceptable. And then intolerable if someone has 3 exposures. The idea here is that you want to have low, medium impact and stay away from high extreme. So if you draw a tile that is likely to occur, or it is likely that one of your opponent is going to need that, and they have 2 exposures, that would put you in this high range, high impact. You need to fold. If, let's say, that you draw a tile that is probably needed by your opponent, but they have no exposures. Let's say that it's a tile that maybe only 1 is out there. That's a medium risk. You could discard that if you're ready to win, and that would have an acceptable impact. So just consider this, and then decide whether or not you're going to play to win, depending on the likelihood of a risky discard and the impact that it's going to create. So commit this to memory, and then you can see this in a wiki article, by the way, called Why Weight Patterns Matter, if you want to study it after this episode. And we're going to go ahead and play now, or actually we're going to talk a little bit about push-fold judgment and what that means before we do gameplay with commentary. So if you think your winning tile is in the wall, or it may be discarded by an opponent, push to win. Discard the riskiest tile first. Accept the consequences with dignity. But if you think that your potential of getting your winning tile is slim, you should fold. Break up your hand and discard safely to block your opponents. Don't claim any discards for exposures. Discard tiles that have been previously discarded, and then discard jokers as your final push for a wall game. Play your best game 1 at a time. Keep the lessons, leave the losses. And that ends this presentation. We're going to go ahead and play at Mah Jongg time, and I'll demonstrate position, the milestones, and push-fold judgment, so you could see it in action. Any questions so far? Also, I did get a quiet keyboard, by the way. I think many people will be very happy to hear about that. So let me just do something here. Oh my gosh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. I need to get Mah Jongg time up. What? Oh my goodness. Oh, here. I needed to take care of these where I didn't have the multiples identified. Those are fine. Okay. All right. So that's good. All right. Now, did you hear you say there's a new formula worked well? Yes, it did. It's actually, I think it's spot on. Spot on. And maybe we could demonstrate it when we're playing the game. So I'm going to go ahead and start my Mah Jongg time, and I'll share my screen and we'll see. You'll be going back to focus. You were watering. You were, oh, good. Okay. What keyboard? It's called a quiet keyboard. I don't remember the name of it. But I could let you know if you're interested as soon as I figure out what it is called. It's like letters, like MS something or other. Okay. Let me share my screen here. Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're going to jump onto this table right here. Here we go. Okay, yes. I wanted to make sure I don't recognize these players. So we're playing with the 2025 card. Okay, so as a reminder, that the push-fold formula is front runner by 7 discards, open hand, strong weight. 2 out of 3, set it free, meaning play to win. All right, so here we go. Oh gosh, look at all these cracks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 5, 9, 5, 9, pair. So we should maybe do something with the 5. There's a lot more to go for with the 5. 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we can do a 5, 7, 9. Maybe we could play like numbers. I think I'd rather, oh, let's let that dragon go. 5, 9. We've got flowers. The 5, 9, not helpful in odds at all. Not with flowers, unless we played the concealed hand and we have absolutely no 7s. I would break up the 9. Okay, so let's see what we can do. We could do 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. We have 4, 5. Maybe we could play the concealed hand. We've got tiles we can pass. And it looks like somebody has left the table. Okay. Let me see. Oh, you're playing in a tournament in July. Oh my gosh, awesome. Let me know how that formula goes. Now, you do have to be very mindful of the variables, what's happening at the table, what your position is. All those things are super key. Although if you're a front runner by 7, you're going to be a front runner for the rest of the game unless you switch your hand, like if your tiles go down or something like that. So you got to be able to adjust as you go because your position can change. So keep that in mind. It's a lot to juggle, which is why it's a advanced tactic. All right, let's see what we can get here. We're looking for 3, 4, 5. Here's a 3, 6, 7. Wow, look at that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's let the 7 go. 4, 5, 7. That's going to be super risky. But we have 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 6 with flowers. Third hand down on the left. No keepers here. And yes, we want to keep going. At the moment, we could play 3, 4, 5, 6 second hand down on the left and ditch the flowers, or we could play 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we have here. We're going across. No keepers. So now we can pass. Right now we have probably 5 discards. So we're an underdog, even though we have a couple of hands with no gaps. We're in between the second hand down and the third hand down. Incidentally, I'm going to be giving away 5 memberships today. Oh, here's a 135 potential as well, but 135 with dragons. We have no dragons though. I'd let it go. Just keep it going. It looks pretty, but it's not helpful. Okay, no keepers. We have 3 to pass for sure. Let's see how many our opponent wants. And we're going to be playing until 2:30. Yes, 3 to go. Here we go. 3 here. Hello, Jackie. Welcome. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a keeper in here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Pung Kong, Pung Kong. I think I would play the second hand down and let the flowers go, because we could pung the 3, pung the 5, and Kong the 6. All we need in here is 4 cracks. Okay, so we got the 7 again. We really don't need these tiles though. So I'd say we're an underdog until we get more keepers. We're an underdog.
9 bamboos.
Oh my gosh, that's really loud. Hold on.
8 characters.
Okay. Let's see here.
2 bamboos.
Huh. Okay. All right.
5 characters.
Okay, either way we go, I'm thinking we should pung.
Pung.
We have a hand with no gaps. Let's let these flowers go.
Flower.
So now we've only had 1 pick, and we took that discard with a pung for the second hand down, which leaves us with 4 discards. So I'd say we can bump up from underdog to contender, because now we know what hand we're playing. We've got no gaps. We could pung the 3, Kong the 6. All we need in here are 4s, and we can use any number of jokers with this hand. There's a 3. So now we're down to 3 exposures, 3 discards. So we can bump ourselves up to front runner. I'd say we are a front runner. We went from underdog to front runner by 7.
North wind.
And we're playing an exposable hand, and I guarantee we'll have a strong weight, because each one of these, oh, we're not ready. We're going to need a joker there. We will need a joker. I'd say we're still a front runner though, because we can use any number of jokers with this hand. So if you can pick a hand of least resistance, you're going to end up having a strong weight. You're guaranteed for a strong weight, because every block is big. Every block is a multiple of 3 or more. So you're going to have a strong weight or better. Strong, double, triple, quad.
North wind.
So, well, most likely not a quad, but you never know.
West
So
wind.
hand selection does matter. Okay, let's let the three go.
dots.
So here we did pick up a dragon.
4 dots.
We could potentially switch to the
Red dragon.
fifth hand down, but there goes a dragon and we're not ready for it. But we could do 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4. It'd be no
3
3,
dots.
4. No, it'd be 4, 5, 6.
8 characters.
4, 5, 6 with dragons we could play because we're committed with a
South
pung of
wind.
5s. But we would need a pair of flowers. I think
South
I would
wind.
stick with the. I think I would stick with the
4
second hand down.
bamboos.
Pung kong, pung kong.
8 characters.
If the 6 crack goes down, we could kong. We need help with the 7 though.
Flower.
Okay, let's see if someone wants that with a joker. No, nobody wanted it. We should
South wind.
probably let that go. There's a 6. Let's let the 7 go. So
7
now we can use
characters.
this joker with our 4. We need that to be a kong though.
2
let's see.
characters.
Now, if we get either, no,
Flower.
I'm thinking we should play the second hand down because the 5th hand down,
Two
we need
characters.
pair, and we have only 1 pair. We don't even have 1 pair there. We have a 4
One
crack that needs to be a
dragon.
pair and a flower that needs to be a
North
pair.
wind.
And people are throwing flowers. I would play the second hand down, which will guarantee a strong
7
weight.
characters.
And we were ready. We were a front runner by 7
East
discards.
wind.
It's an exposable hand, and we're guaranteed to have a strong weight.
Flower.
So yeah, I'd play the second hand down. Flowers gone. The dragon will go next. Nobody wanted the 3.
1 bamboo.
So we're good to go. We have only 2 discards and we're at the midpoint now.
8 bamboos.
This is when you want to make sure you know what hand you're playing at this point.
East wind.
Okay, we don't want dragons.
White dragon. 9 dots.
We need one more good pick for this 4 crack. We need to kong that. And there is 1 4 crack
Kong.
out, right? Oh, there's a couple of jokers for us.
7 bamboos.
That would be really sweet to get that.
Five characters.
Let's let the dragon go.
Red dragon. Four bamboos. Nine characters.
We need a 4 crack. You had a triple weight yesterday and still lost the
Two
game.
bamboos.
Yep, these things are not guaranteed, but what you have to be cognizant of is what is out. Like in the discards, if your tiles are out in the discards, or if they're out in exposures. Okay, so we're going to need another. We're going to need another joker. So these are the things you have to keep in mind.
Flower.
For us, we're going to need another joker. What's the likelihood of us getting another joker? Pretty good, because we have 50 tiles remaining and we started with a joker, but we should draw one.
7 dots.
We should get one more joker from the wall. It's highly likely. And there's an opportunity for a joker exchange. So you've got to keep those in mind and decide if you should push to win based on your likelihood of getting your needed tile or tiles. Here we go. So we're going to do a joker exchange, and we got the joker we needed. So now we're set. So now we can kong the 4 and the 6. We have 1 discard. So that confirms that we are a front runner. We're still in the middle game. We're not quite ready, and somebody else won. But we came a long way. We were 1 away from set. Or 1 away from ready, actually. So this player has 5, 7, 9 double dragon. This is the 6th hand down. Even though we were a front runner, we did not win, which is fine. There was another front runner at the table, which can happen. So that's another thing that you have to anticipate. Is there another front runner at the table? And you've got to be mindful of their discards and exposures and decide whether your likelihood of winning is greater than theirs. So we didn't quite get to push full judgment. I was going to play to win probably. Over here, we have someone playing 1-9 with 3-5-7 in the middle of their second hand from the bottom under odds. And then over here, we have somebody playing probably like numbers with sevens, or maybe the concealed consecutive hand. Either one of those. Okay, so here we go. Let's play another game. Also, if you had a triple weight, you got to look out into the discard pile and make sure that all three of those blocks have the tiles available, because sometimes your tiles maybe are out there, in which case it maybe could have been a double weight or even a multiple weight if your tiles are out. Just because you're waiting on 3 blocks, if those tiles have already been discarded, that wouldn't be a triple weight. So I don't know if you remember if all those tiles were available to you. That's key as well. And we could maybe demonstrate that. Here we have a Pung of Norse, pair 4, pair 7. So these don't go together. 4 can go with a 7 if we get a 5 bam and a 6 dot, highly unlikely. I think what I would do is pass these 3 and see what comes in. Here's a 7-9. Let's just see what we get. Here's an 8, 7, 8, 9. Here's a 3, 4. 2 we don't need. I'd let the dragon go. This north is not helpful without a south. Let's let the 3 go. This is a tough one here. Okay, north 4, 7, 7, 8, 9. There's an east and a pair, like numbers with ones. Okay, we're not going to keep those, and I would break up the 4. And probably what I would do, 7, 8, 9 flowers, third hand down, I'd break up the 4 and probably let the east go. Let's see, east. Yeah. That north Pung is probably going to have to go. We have 2 discards here. The 4 came in. Here's a 1, 3. Let's hold that. We have, yeah, we're going to keep going, and we're going to break up these norths. We're going to break it up. Okay, so let's do 1, 4 north. South didn't come in. We have 1, 3, 7, 9 or 7, 8, 9, leveraging the 7 dot. Okay, there's an 8. So I'd do 7, 8, 9 of some kind there. So let's let the 2 go with a 4 and a north. And then these can go here. 7, 8, 9 flower. Third hand down. Third hand down looks pretty good to me. Flower. And a, oh my gosh, we got keepers. Look at that. Flower and a dragon. We're going to try for the 5th hand down. 1, 2, 3, 5th hand down. Pair, Pung, Kong. Pair, Pung, Kong. Right there. This is why you don't want to pass flowers. Let's pass the 3 bam with a 1 dot. Okay. a 6. Now we have an option. 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9 is better though, because the 7 is a pair. We'll see. 3, 1, 8 can go. 6, 7, 8. Okay, no keepers. We ended up with a 1-band pair. Let's let the South go. So
South
I would
wind.
say that we are probably a contender because we have an extra tile with our dot suit. If we play the 5th hand down, we've got a pair of flowers, which is good. I would say we have probably 4 discards. 4 discards.
2 dots.
And that means we would be a contender. So
1 character.
we could take moderate risk until we get
North
a keeper.
wind.
If we can get a keeper in the first 7 picks, then we can bump up to front runner. Okay, so we'll discard the 4.
4 bamboos.
We have a pair of ones we don't need.
Pong. North wind.
We gave away a pung. Oh, look it. We got a keeper.
7 characters.
Okay, so now we have 3 discards because we got a keeper. I would play 6, 7, 8 dragon. We've got our pair of flowers. We have 3 discards, so we are a front runner. Front runner
2 bamboos.
by 7 picks. So you can see we've got 2 rounds of discards here. So we made it to
8
front runner.
characters.
We know what hand we're playing. We've got no gaps. We're 1 away from set. If we could get an 8 dot or a white dragon,
1 character.
we'll be in really, really good shape. Let's throw the 5.
5 characters. Five bamboos. Three dots.
6 characters.
Nice. We
9
are
dots.
confirmed front runner. Our hand is actually set. We could pung the 7, Kong the 8, pung the dragon. We're in
5
super good
bamboos.
shape here. We are definitely
2
out in front.
characters.
Now there could be another front runner at the table. We don't know
8
that.
dots.
Okay, we need to Kong.
Kong.
So we'll let the 1 bam go.
1 bamboo.
It's too early for joker bait, probably. And we are still in
5
the begin
bamboos.
game by 1 more pick. 80 tiles remaining is the middle
bamboos.
game. Now we're in the middle game. Middle game,
9 bamboos.
we're 1 away from ready. Oh, look at, we have a flower. We really don't need it though.
Flower.
We just need a pair. I was just checking it out to see if it would be a prettier keep. No, it wasn't. These
2 characters.
these matched nicely. There's no red in there. There's red right there. That's just my
2
OCD.
dots.
Okay, so we're looking for a 7 dot white dragon.
5 dots.
And I would love to pick it actually. Okay, nobody wanted the 1
9
bam, so that'll be a
characters.
good keeper for a while. We'll maybe let that be our last discard before we're ready to win.
South wind. East wind.
We're playing the 5th hand.
Kong.
5th hand. Ooh, Kong. So they have 2
3
exposures. 2 exposures there. East west
3
with
bamboos.
4s.
Green dragon. Flower.
I don't see any 4s. Okay, there's a hesitation on the flower. So the player on our right might want the
Green
flower.
dragon.
That's already out.
3 bamboos. East wind.
Oh, oh no, they got a joker.
Flower.
Excuse me. I guess they're deciding not to play with a flower hand.
9 bamboos.
All right, we're looking for a 7 dot or a white
West
dragon.
wind.
Oh, west.
West
What?
wind.
Uh-oh. Did they just throw a west?
3 characters.
How could they? Why did they throw a west? I'm confused. Maybe
7 bamboos.
maybe I missed it, but anyway.
9 bamboos.
I don't know what just
characters.
happened there. Was that west come from the player across from us? What in the
4
world?
dots. 4 dots.
2 bamboos.
Oh, we really don't need that. Let's just keep it for a minute.
1 bamboo. North wind. 4 characters.
Uh-oh,
1 dot.
that's already out.
Green dragon. North wind. 7 dots.
That is a pung.
Pung.
Okay.
6 dots.
So now we're ready on a white dragon, which is a multiple weight. We could win on either a joker or a white
7
dragon.
dots.
And we have 7, 8. We could be
2
playing one of
bamboos.
2 hands here. The second hand down or the 5th hand down.
7
So
bamboos.
there's a little bit of guess. Here it is right here. Mah Jongg.
8 dots.
Mah Jongg. And we won before the end of the 3rd wall. So that was a really good example of discard or hand selection, position, weight patterns. And yeah, so that was a good one. Let's see, you thought you drew west. I did draw west right after it was discarded here. What I was questioning is, did this player discard this west wind? Because they needed it. So I didn't know if maybe this player discarded the west or anyway. 3, 6, 9, mixed suit, second hand down. And then this player, 5, 6, 7, 8, pung kong. And we had the 6, 7, 8, 9 flowers with dragons. All right, so we're just going to play again now. We are moving right into the next game. Thank you for the kudos. So we have with this one, pair 5. Pair 5. So whatever we do, we're going to use that 5 band pair. 5 band pair. I see 6s. I do see 8s, 5, 6, 7, 8 of some kind. We could do 5, 6, 7, 8. We might be able to do a little odd hand. There's a little potential there. The dragon, I don't think we're going to be able to use that, but I think I would discard 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, 8, 9, 8. No. All right, here we go. 5, 6, 7 of some kind. The 8 dot probably will go. Let's see. Here's a 7 crack pair. So we have 5, 7. 5, 7. Here's a 1, 1, 3, 5. No, we don't need that 1 at all. And we don't need the 9 either. All right, so maybe the 8 dot can go. We have 5 bam, 6, 7. We're going to do some kind of 5, 6, 7 hand. And we don't need to know what hand. We're not even looking at the card. Doesn't matter. Now, we could do 5, 6, 7 mixed suit, third hand down. There, that hand is there. But I'd rather get a 4 bam. 4 or 5, 6, 7. That'd be nice. There it is. 4 bam. Here's a 6. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7. A pair of 1s showed up, but that's not useful because we have a 5, 7, and a 1, 5 is not going to work with the rest of the tiles we have. I would let this 3 go and then probably give up a dragon, the red one. At least it's a different suit there. So we could do 4, 5 bam, 6, 7 crack. We could do 5 bam, 6 dot, 7 crack. Here's a 6 bam, 5, 6, 7. I would love to get an 8 crack. If we get an 8 crack, we could do 5, 6, 7, 8. We could also do 4, 5, 6 in one suit with the flower. So we've got 3 potential hands. If we're going to be spread this thin with 3 different hands, then we're going to be an underdog. So right now, I'd say we're an underdog until we figure out what we're playing. And when we do, we're going to have a lot of discards. So regardless of how we swing this, we're probably going to be an underdog. But we do have some potential here. I'd love to get an 8 crack. Okay, no 8 crack. Now what we have here though is a 5. And we have 2 clear discards. 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. I think I would let the 5 go with the 1 bam. Because we could still do 5 bam, 6 dot, 7 crack. We could do 4, 5 bam, 6, 7 crack. Second and third hand down. Okay, no keepers. We have tiles we can pass. Just keep it going. The 6 crack is really not helpful. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd like to use the 6 bam. That's why I really want to get that 8 crack. 8 crack would be super nice. Okay, no, but a 6 dot came in. All right, so now we could do 5 bam, 6 dot, 7 crack, flower, joker bait. We have lots of discards. Yeah, we can do 3. 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let's pass these 3. 4, 5 bam, 6, 7 crack, 5, 6, 7 dot mixed suit, third hand down, 6 bam pair we don't need, 5 crack came in, 5 crack came in. Let's let the 1 go.
1 bamboo.
5, 6, 7.
1 bamboo.
One thing we could consider is the concealed hand.
8 bamboo.
5, 6, 7, but we have no 7 bam. That'd be a gap.
1 character.
Okay, there's the 4. So we
Red
have 4,
dragon.
5, 6, 7 here.
5 characters.
4, 5, 6, 7.
1 bamboo.
We've got 6s in here. This 5 can go. Four, 5, 6 in one suit.
6 bamboos.
Okay, we're gonna pass. Okay, now there's a 7.
5 characters.
All right, I would play 4, 5 bam, 6, 7 crack.
3 characters.
It's a hand of least resistance. We have 2 pair we don't need.
1 dot.
We might be able to get a joker out of these. The 6 dot. because the 6 bam went down. Nobody wanted it.
5 bamboos.
That's a Kong for us, so we have to pass. I'm trying to pass. I said pass. Okay, we definitely don't need the 4
dots.
dot.
2 dots.
Okay. Big hesitation on the 2 dot.
5 dots.
No hesitation on the 5. Okay.
2 characters.
Oh, we don't need that.
1 bamboo.
3 bamboos.
9 bamboos. 7 bamboos.
Joker, we need that.
6 bamboos.
Okay, good. We need more. We need another one. Another
2
one would be really nice. We could still maybe play 5, 6, 7 if we can get
7
flowers.
dots.
Let's see if we can get some flowers. We would need to Kong. 5, 6, 7. 5 bam, 6 dot, 7 crack.
8 characters.
Well, that's already out.
5 characters.
Green dragon.
Okay.
8 bamboos. 5 characters.
Nope, don't need 4.
4 characters.
8 dots.
So we're at 70 tiles remaining. This is the switch sweet
South
spot.
wind.
I would say right now we are a contender. We're a contender. We have 4 discards regardless of which hand we play. Let's see, 1, 2, yeah. We have 4 discards either way. We can play the second hand down or the third hand
3
down
bamboos.
under consecutive run. There's a keeper.
6 bamboos.
So now we can let the 6 bam go. We have
3
3
characters.
discards. I'd say we're now a front runner. But we do need still one more good pick. I would let
Green
this
dragon.
flower go next. We're coming up on the Joker bait sweet spot.
South wind.
Let's let that go.
Flower.
First flower out. Nobody wanted it.
4 bamboos.
Okay, that's a pung for us and we're good. We need one more good pick.
4 characters.
We're playing a hand of least resistance. We can use any number of jokers here. We're guaranteed to have a strong weight.
8 dots.
These are out.
1 dot.
I want to wait at least maybe 1 or 2 more picks before we let the 6 dot go.
Eight dots.
Flower. 7 dots.
Okay, don't need wins.
North wind.
On our next pick, we'll let the 6 dot go. Ooh, there was a hesitation on the north.
8 dots.
Green dragon.
Okay.
9 dots,
Nobody wanted the 8 band. Okay, 5 dot. Looks like nobody wants. Let's let this go now.
6 dots,
Oh, nobody wanted it.
6 dots.
Darn it. Oh well.
green dragon, south wind,
Oh, 3 crack is out. Let's let the 5 dot go.
5
So we want to
dots,
set ourselves up with good discards. Nobody wants any of these tiles. So we have 3 good discards. We're going into the end game in
6
2.
characters.
There we go. We need to pung.
pung,
All right, now let's let the 3 go.
3 characters,
We still need a good pick. We need
6 characters.
oh, bummer. We need a joker for the 5
3
bam.
bamboos.
So we need a joker. I'm thinking
flower,
we should pick a joker from the wall. The statistic is that you should get at least 1
7
joker
dots.
from the wall. There's a joker up for grabs.
flower,
They got it. That's why flowers
3
are not
dots.
good joker bait. Somebody got it right away.
Eight characters,
There's a keeper. All right.
6
So
dots,
now we're just in a holding pattern
4
for a
characters.
joker, which is not ideal. This is not
red
ideal.
dragon,
And it'd be really nice if these other players had exposures with jokers, because then that could give us the opportunity for an exchange.
7 bamboos,
Okay, that can go.
red dragon,
1 character.
3 characters,
All right, come on now. We need a joker. Joker, joker. Joker keeper.
4 dots,
Joker keeper. 3 bam. Let's let the 8 go.
8 bamboos,
That 3 bam is a discard. There are 3 out.
2 characters.
So that'll be a very good discard later.
Mahjong,
Oh, somebody won. East and West with 2s and jokers. How nice. They had jokers to fill a gap. Okay, and this player here has a 1, 3, 5 dragon maybe. 1, 2, 3 dragon. Wow, 4 jokers. Yikes. Okay, oh, here, this is us. And then this player is playing 9s. Oh, ready to win on a double weight. No, they need a single weight. Well, it's actually, they're waiting on a 9, but a 9 crack specifically. And it is a single weight because they can't use a joker. This is a double pair, a split pair. So they actually have a weak weight, even though it looks like a strong weight. It's not. It's a split pair. So they're waiting on a pair weight, 1 single tile. So even though it looks good, it's not helpful in a long shot, really. Okay, so let's play again. Oh, here we go. Same group. And after this game, we're going to do a giveaway. Now let's see what we have now. Pair 5 crack. We have a lot of 2, 3, 4, 5 or 3, 4, 5, 6. This one could come in handy, actually. But we have an 8, 9, like numbers with 8s. I would not pass those. So we have to let something go. We have 4, 5, 6, 5 crack pair. We have all 3 5s. We have 1, 3, 5 and 5s. 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's see, 4, 5, like numbers with 5s. I think I would let the 6 go. and focus on the fives or little odds, 1, 3, 5. There's a 2 and a dragon. 2, 3, 4, 5. The dragon, I don't think is going to be helpful. We have 1, 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5. This dragon, even though it looks pretty, it's not helpful. But you know what we could maybe do is switch to a year hand. We've got 2, 5, 2, 5, 5. So let's see about maybe a year hand. 3, here's a 2 now, 2 crack pung, 2. Okay, so here's a 3, 2, 3, 5, 2, 5. I'm thinking we need to play a year hand, even though we have no white dragons. Let's see, with these tiles, we could potentially play the third hand or the concealed hand and use jokers for the missing 5 or white dragon. There's a 2 and a 5. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, yes, we want to keep going. So we need to sacrifice a tile here. Let's see, 2 crack Kong. There are no Kongs in the year block, the year category. We've got 5s. We have another 2, 2, 5, 2, 0, 2, 5. I think I would let a 2 crack go, or else switch to like numbers with 2s. The 5s, 2, 2, 0, 2, 5, 2, 5 dragon. Okay, let's let the 2 crack go. This was a tough choice. Okay, no keepers. I would probably go for the concealed year hand or the third hand down, but we're playing a gap hand. We would probably need a green dragon, which I think we let go. Okay, let's pass these 3. Maybe see if we can get a green dragon for the third hand down under the year. Let the 5 bam go. We could 2, 5. There's a white dragon and a 5 bam. All right, here we go. All right, now let's see what we got. Look at what we ended up with. Year tiles. Okay, so 2, 5 in 2 suits. We really need this 5 can go. 2, 5 in 1 suit. 2 dot white dragon, second hand down. We can pass 1. The 5 dot or the 5 bam. I'm thinking the 5 bam. We could have maybe played like numbers with 5s, but I'm thinking the year block, second, third, or fourth hand, any one of those 3 hands we could play. Okay, no keepers. I'd say we're an underdog until we pick a hand because we really don't know what we're playing yet. But we have no gaps, and we could even just wait on that. Let's see. So if we played the second hand down,
East wind.
it would look like that.
8
Either
bamboos.
2 with a white dragon and then 2, 5. We need to Kong the 5. We would have
3
4
bamboos.
discards. So no, 5 discards. We're an
8
underdog.
bamboos.
We're definitely an underdog until we pick a hand. So let's just see what happens. Maybe
1
the
bamboo.
second hand down.
3 bamboos.
Let's see. If we get
East wind.
a green dragon, we could
9
maybe
bamboos.
play the third hand down, but that would be a long shot. I would not play the concealed hand because we'd have to throw away a
6
pung.
bamboos.
We'd have to throw away either,
East wind.
we'd have to throw away
One
probably the
dot.
5 crack pung. I wouldn't do that.
1 bamboo.
So let's see.
Flower.
We could maybe play the first hand
4 characters.
because we've got 2025 in either bams or dots. And then we
2
could use the
bamboos.
2 for the twos, and then
1
we would
character.
throw away the 5 crack pung, which is not ideal. I'd say probably the second hand down is the best.
1 bamboo. 4 characters.
We can't call for anything.
3 dots.
The year
Hmm.
hands are limiting. There's not a lot of wiggle room
6
here.
characters.
We could switch to like numbers with 5s.
9 characters.
We sacrificed a 5 bam and somebody kept it.
Green dragon.
That's what we maybe could have played for the second hand from the bottom, third hand down.
6 bamboos.
We could maybe switch to the third like number
8
hand
dots.
with 5s. If we get a 5, there's a flower.
4 bamboos.
So I would consider the first hand
4
now or
bamboos.
switching to like numbers with 5s.
8 characters.
Throw away the
3
2.
bamboos.
Oh man. Oh, white dragon. Okay, so now we have to make a choice. Let's let the 2 bam go
2 bamboos.
because a 2 bam was already out.
7 characters.
Let's see here. I think we should switch to
3
5s.
characters.
1 character. 4 characters.
2 5 0 2 0 pear flower.
White dragon.
2 0. We're gonna pass because we're probably playing like numbers concealed.
6 bamboos.
Pretty sure we're gonna do like numbers concealed here.
Nine characters.
Oh, dang it.
2 bamboos.
2 came in. Hey.
West wind.
6 dots.
Maybe we could play the first hand. 2 0 2 5 and dots
3 dots.
with 5s.
6 bamboos. 5 dots.
Oh,
1 dot.
East wind.
joker. All right, let's go.
2 dots.
We're going to do like numbers with 5s concealed. We
South
sacrificed a 5 bam in the Charleston. Somebody kept it. I bet it's the player on the left.
6 characters.
They may be playing little odds. Even though they have a 1 bam in front of them,
7 dots.
there are 2 1 dots out. Oh, let's let that go.
2 characters.
Now, here's something we could consider.
3 characters.
4 characters.
We could do the first hand under the year and pung 5s.
5 bamboos.
Let that go. We're probably concealed.
4 dots.
Oh, this is a tough one. We still have 2 twos that we could use for the
4
first year
bamboos.
hand, but we have an extra
5 characters.
flower. Okay, we don't need that. We need pungs.
2 bamboos.
A green dragon. Green dragon came in. Oh,
Green dragon.
we have 3 flowers.
Green dragon.
I'm thinking maybe we better throw away this flower.
Red dragon.
Oh, we didn't get the 5s. We could still maybe play the first year hand, but
1 character.
West.
West
Oh, if we draw another 5, I would
South
I would
wind.
probably play the concealed hand, but also if we
4
draw a
bamboos.
5, like the 5 dot or 5 bam,
7 dots.
if we draw the 5 dot or 5 bam, we could play that first
West
hand,
wind.
Kong the flowers, pung the 5s, we have a joker,
South
and
wind.
throw away the 5 cracks. Leverage
dots.
the year block. It's going to be dependent on 5s.
9 characters.
7 came in. 5
7
dot 5
characters.
bam. Okay, so 1 5 bam is out and 1 5 dot is out. Oh, no 5
8
dots are out.
characters.
No 5 dot. No, 1 of each. 1 of each is out.
3 bamboos.
All right, let's just see if we draw 5.
7 characters.
A 6.
6 dots.
And if let's see here. If we go for the first year
North
hand,
wind.
we'd have to throw away a pair of 5s and break up
2 dots.
a white dragon pair. If we go for the concealed like numbers, we only have to throw away a pair
Green
of 2s.
dragon.
I'm thinking we should probably go for the concealed like number
characters.
hand and discard the 2s.
6 dots.
West wind.
The thing about the first year hand is you can call for the tiles. We could Kong the
7
flower
bamboos.
and pung the 5s. Oh man.
North wind. 2 dots.
Either way, we're 3
7
away.
characters.
And we have 4 picks, so it's getting super tight. We should fold in block.
9 dots. 6 characters.
You have an exposable hand, though. You can expedite it.
3 characters.
6 characters.
1 dot.
We're just not drawing.
South wind.
We should fold.
1 dot.
3 characters.
Red dragon. 2 characters. North wind.
We have 1 more pick
1 character.
and 2 discards. 3, really. 3 discards because we have an extra flower.
Red dragon.
Nobody wanted that. Look at what we got.
2
Oh my
characters.
goodness. Oh, bummer. Oh,
North
well.
wind.
Oh, well.
Joker.
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 Okie doke. Okay, they're doing 3, 4, 2. What? Who knows what they're doing over there? 3, 2, 3, 4 dragon. Anyway, all right. Let's see. This player had 5s. 5, 7, 9 concealed. 5, 7, 9 concealed. That's why we had a hard time here. 9s, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 concealed. So we were blocking each other here. 5s, 5s, 9s, 7s over here. 5s, year tiles. We were trying for a year hand. All right. That was interesting. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. We're going to do a quick giveaway, 5 channel memberships. So this is automatic through YouTube. So let's see what happens here. We're going to gift. Let's see here. How does this work? Let me see here. Wait a minute. How am I supposed to do this? Let's see. Engage with your audience. Close. Here. No, that's not it. How come this isn't working? Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, we have to wait until next week. I've already given away my memberships. Okay, but since I already said something, let's see here. What would happen if I do this? No, I can't do that. All right, I messed up. The giveaway is next week. Sorry about that. All right, well, so if you would like a membership, join us. Well, I think you just have to be subscribed. You just have to be subscribed. So next week we'll do the giveaway. It's still set June 30th. So we have to wait one more week. Next week I'll do the giveaway. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, moderators, for helping monitor the chat. We'll be back again tomorrow for Wright Patterson Mah Jongg Let's Play live stream from 1 to 2. And then Wednesday is a double header for channel members, 1 to 2 and 3 and 2 to 3. Then on Thursday, we do a double header, Hong Kong Mah Jongg and Ricci Mah Jongg. And then Friday, we'll be back for Simply Social and Beat the Pro, 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes, thumbs up. Thank you very much. I'll go ahead and sign off. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click that little gray bell if you do. That way you'll get notification for when I post new videos, and you won't miss an opportunity to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.